Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel, Rosie Home. On my channel, I share all things to do with motherhood, homemaking, lifestyle, fashion and travel. So if you enjoy those things, then please do subscribe. I would love to have you join us. Today's video is a baby name tag. Now, I have been tagged by my friend SJ from SJ Strum. She is the baby name queen of the internet. So if you haven't checked her out already and you love baby names, head over to her channel. I'm sure you follow her already, but if you don't, you need to check her out. She is amazing. She comes up with the very best baby names. This year she has come up with a brand new baby name tag and she has tagged me in it and asked me to do this video. So I am joining in with it and answering a few of the questions that SJ's put together. So if you want to see that, then keep watching. So as I said, these are a list of questions that SJ has put together. So I'm just going to work my way through the list and answer those questions for you. So the first question is, if you had a baby tomorrow, what would you call them? And that is for a boy and a girl. So let's start with my boy name. This is an easy one because it has been a name that has been bandied around for boys when I had Rosalie and when I had Maeve, and it is Rory. I feel a little bit nervous putting this out there because that, if I had a boy tomorrow, that would probably be my baby name and I don't want anyone to steal it. I love Rory. It's Irish, like Maeve is Irish as well, and it actually means Red King. Maeve means Queen as well, so I think that's quite good. It like matches and it would fit in well with our family. The girl name is Iris. Iris is another name that has been bandied around on our baby lists for a while. There's that song that I can't even remember who sings it, that Iris song I really like. Obviously it's a flower, so it has a nature meaning. It's very pretty. We already have a Rosalie. I do like pretty names. It is also a Greek name and we like Greeks in our family. It also has the meaning of rainbow, which I just think is lovely. So yeah, that's a really... So yeah, if I had a little girl tomorrow, that is what I would call her, Iris. The second question is, what would you rename yourself if you had to keep the same first initial? I find this really funny because if you've come over from SJ's channel, she is called Sarah Jane. I am also Sarah Jane, and even our middle name, Jane, is spelled exactly the same, Jayne. So we have very boring names really. It's a very common name for an 80s baby. So if I was to rename myself beginning with S, I actually found this really hard because I don't like very many S names, but I have chosen Seren. This is a Welsh name and I know it's really popular in Wales. Yeah, I just think it's quite nice. I like Seren. It means star, so I like that meaning behind it. Another one is, it's a name I keep coming back to, but I don't think it's kind of quite ostentatious really to name myself, but I really like the name Serafina. It's kind of like Sarah. It has the same sounds in it, but I love the nickname Fina. I think Fina is such a nice name. If I could call my daughter Fina, I would, but I like to give them proper names and I don't feel like Fina is a proper name. But I love Serafina, which is the full version of it, and I think Fina as a shortened name is so nice. Serafina also means fiery one. In Hebrew, the name Serafina means fiery wings. It comes from seraphim, who were the most powerful angels, so I like that meaning too. So the third question is, what name would you have been, or what name do you wish you were called if you were of the opposite gender? So what boy name were you going to be called? Now, I have never asked my mum this, so I actually text her to find out for the purpose of this video, and she replied, and what she said was that she knew that I was a girl quite early on, so she didn't think about it too much, but that she really liked Harrison and Jack. Now, of those names, Jack is my favourite, so I'm going to choose Jack. I would call a son Jack if I had one. I really do like the name Jack. So number 4 is my favourite vintage baby names for a boy and girl. So vintage names are my favourite kind of baby names. I absolutely love them. For a boy, I have chosen Albert. I do like royal names, and obviously we've had Albert and Victoria. I really like them as a couple. I love their family values, and historically they brought so much to their country, so I like that it would be in honour of Prince Albert. Also, I think the abbreviation of Albie is so cute. I can just picture a little baby Albie toddling around. Albert also means bright and noble, which I think is a lovely sentiment and a lovely name meaning. For a girl, I have chosen Etta. It's just a name I really like. It has appeared on our baby name list in the past, but it obviously hasn't been one that we've gone with. I love that song. It's Etta James that sings it. You know, that At Last. It's a real vintage song. The meaning of Etta is estate ruler, which I think is really funny because all the names I like have like a royal or ruler meaning. But again, estate ruler would tie in nicely with Queen Maeve and King Rory. The next question is my favourite nature name for a boy or girl, and I found this one really hard. As you know, I like traditional names, so trying to think outside of the box for a kind of... I think most nature names are quite different, so finding a nature name that I liked was actually really quite hard. For a girl, I have chosen Pearl, as in the gem that you find underneath the sea. It's just a name I really like. I do think it's quite old-fashioned and I like that about it. I can imagine little old ladies sitting around being called Pearl. And I also like that you can abbreviate it to P. I think P is a cute nickname. For my nature boy's name, I have chosen Flint. I don't know what possessed me really. It's quite a random one, but I did find this quite hard. But I really do like the colour grey, and Flint I think is quite a strong masculine name. It's also quite cool. It's not too out there, and yeah, I just quite like it. Flint Cantwell, I think that goes. Question 6 is my favourite YouTuber's name or baby name. So I've answered both of these, and my favourite YouTuber's name is a bit of a funny one really. It's actually the name of my sister-in-law, but I think as a whole her name just goes together so perfectly, and that is Lucy Jessica Carter. I just love the way it sounds all together, and I think her surname, it just, obviously that's her married name, not the name she was born with, but I just think her full name altogether, Lucy Jessica Carter, just sounds so cool. And in the future she's definitely gonna have her own line of makeup or her own perfume, and we'll all be wearing Lucy Jessica Carter. For my favourite YouTuber's baby name, I have chosen Evelina Blossom. This is SJ's little girl. I just think it is such a beautiful name. When I was pregnant with Maeve, both SJ and I were pregnant at the same time, and we were discussing baby names, and Evelyn was one of my baby names for Maeve. And obviously Evelyn and Evelina sound the same, but I love that Evelina is a Swedish name. It just suits Evelina so well. It goes so well with Blossom. It just sums her up. It's just the most perfect name for her, and it's the most perfect name for SJ's little girl. It's just, I love it. Question 7 is your favourite literary name. Again, I found this one really hard. I struggled to think outside of the box because I like very traditional and old-fashioned names. The literary name I have chosen is Charlie. I love Charlie. It's a proper name. I can just picture a little Charlie running around, rather like Ash's little boy Charlie, to be honest. He is just like such a boy, but the cutest boy you've ever seen. So if you don't follow Mama Reed, go and check her out because she has the most beautiful children, Ella and Charlie. Ella is also a great baby name, but yeah, Charlie, he sums up Charlie, like that is the perfect name for him. I really like that name. I've also, this is a bit of a wild card, I've chosen Cullen because of Twilight and Edward Cullen, but I think Cullen as a first name is actually quite cute. I don't think it would work for me, Cullen Cantwell, that's a bit of a tongue twister. But I do like Cullen as a first name. I think it sounds nice. I have a Rosalie also from Twilight, so I like that connection. Question 8 is your favourite O name that isn't Oliver or Olivia. Again, I found this one really hard, but the name I have chosen is Orla. Orla is an Irish name and it means golden princess. I think this name meaning is so weird. I'm obviously drawn to like royal names or king, queen, princess, but I think Orla is so pretty and I like the abbreviation of calling them O. I think baby O is really cute. Question 9 is, what name did you wish you were called when you were younger? So this one is really random and it is Rachel. It's a proper 90s name, and obviously there was Rachel from Friends who was really famous, but I always thought that the name Sarah was really boring and I wanted to have a cooler name, and Rachel, I did like Rebecca as well, but mainly Rachel was the name that I wished I was called. And lastly, question number 10 is, what name would you veto or did you veto immediately? I couldn't think of any names that I really hated, but Nick and I notoriously cannot agree on anything, and baby names is no different. The reason it takes us so long to find a baby name is because we can't agree on anything. We have very different tastes in everything really. I don't really know. We're not very compatible at all. But somehow it just works. So what I did for this question was I asked Nick what 2 names, if he had a baby tomorrow for a boy and girl, what he would call them, because I thought to myself that probably there'd be 2 names that I would hate. So I asked him if we had a baby tomorrow, what he would call them for a boy and a girl. And I actually was very surprised by his responses, and I did really like the names that he chose. But I would veto them just because we know other people that have children called those names. So for a boy, he chose Ellis. This was actually our baby boy name for Maeve. And if Maeve had been a boy, we would have called her Ellis. But since then, 2 people we know in the town where we live have called their children Ellis. So that one is now crossed off the list. The next one was Everly. This is a lovely name. I really do like Everly. I think it's really cute, but I know 2 Everlys that are also YouTubers, Laura Lee Byrne and Lucy from Dear Beautiful. So those were reasons why I wouldn't have Everly. Nick really wanted Maeve to be called Everly, but I liked unique names and I didn't want to copy someone else. But they are both still beautiful names and I love them very much. So that is the end of my baby name tag. I hope you've enjoyed hearing all the answers to my questions and it's given you some baby name inspiration if you are looking for the perfect name for your little one. This is a tag, so now it is my turn to tag 4 other YouTubers, and I am going to tag Aziz Lorena, Lisa Prideaux, Hayley Dineley and Kate Bridge. So I will link all their channels down below. I can't wait to see what their answers are to the baby name tag. This is an open tag, so if any of you watch this video and you want to join in too, feel free. I will leave all the questions in the description bar so you can answer those questions yourself and join in. Don't forget to tag me in it if you do. I would love to see what all your answers are because I really enjoy these kind of videos. If you did enjoy it, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!